until 2 years ago. Do you like that new format after this, Betsy?
I think it's great.
So do I, truthfully.
Yeah.
They had talked about Davis Cup and making it more like the Olympic Games. I think it's the worst mistake they could make. And I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah, I just think playing home and away and bringing tennis to so many different nations has added a lot.
15:30. This crowd are trying to get behind Date, but she's not given them much to applaud.
And she's struggling to win points. The last couple of games, only won herself a couple. Just missing. That's the kind of shot Date doesn't normally miss. Her timing is just not there for her, and don't know whether she just feels a lot of pressure, terribly tight.
Set point.
That time, Date had a chance to step inside the court. Monica's shots landing just short enough to allow Date to move inside and use her pace. Set point saved.
Monica Seles seems to use so much more energy on the court. I mean, she grunts and runs, and Date sort of glides and strokes.
What a return of serve. I mean, a chance for Date to get on the scoreboard like this. What an angle. Date got broken early, and in the third game of the match had 4 break points on the Seles serve and couldn't convert any of them. And now has a second chance to get on the scoreboard in this first set.
How to reach that one, and it is back to deuce.
Well, Date anticipated the overhead, but Seles sort of held her ground. She was retreating a little bit, but got away with a well-played angled volley. Seles has already had a set point in this game.
Another set point.
Just so deep, so penetrating.
Oh, boy, that wasn't a well-played point. The drop shot was way too long, and then Kamika Date did not put it away, which she should have done. Won the point anyway, and it's deuce. remember that Kamiko Date, in getting to the semi-finals of Wimbledon, the second round match, lost the first set, came back to win it. Same thing against Christy Boogert in the third round, Conchita Martinez, and Mary Pierce in the quarters.
Date, notoriously a slow starter, losing the first set in 4 of her 5 matches at Wimbledon. And in her match against Steffi Graf back in April, she was down 5-love in the first set and came back and won that first set in a tiebreak. And Steffi Graf held a match point in the third set at 6-5 against Date. It's a very rare occasion for Graf to have a match point and let the match slip away.
It's very rare for her to let a match slip away under any circumstances. She's lost to a few. Deuce.
Set point number 3.
If Kamiko Date could start playing well, and like she can play, like we've seen her play, kind of match that she played against Graf earlier in the Fed Cup or against Graf at Wimbledon, this could be a real good match. But so far, her heart doesn't seem to be in it. Oh, yeah. Nice move there. Kamiko Date had to commit herself, and she did, covering the down-the-line effort, but Seles went in cross-court, and she has another set point. Well, I don't know if it could be too easy or not, but Seles wins it without the loss of a game, and she'll serve the first game of the second set.
Well, I think Seles came out knowing that Date is a slow starter. Seles is not a slow starter. And I think Monica is telling herself right now that she's got to bear down, stay focused, and get off to a very good start in the second set. But Date is clearly not playing her best tennis. Seles has both of her ankles taped. She twisted a little bit her ankle in practice the first day she arrived in Tokyo, or in Nagoya. That right ankle of hers is the one that she slightly twisted, and that's the one that she, on several occasions in her career, about 3 times, that ankle has been Wow, look at the serving percentages. 73 for Seles and a very low 39 for Date. That is just not going to get the job done against someone who returns serve as well as Seles. And Seles is serving well. I thought she served very well yesterday to beat
Sugiyama, yeah. Monica Seles has not lost a game. 7 straight games to the USA. 1 game to love in the second. Break time. For the USA behind Monica Seles, and if she wins this one, the US will be in the Fed Cup final. Major League Soccer, Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Kansas City currently in second place in the Western Conference with a 9-9-2 record. Tampa Bay is leading the Eastern Conference with a record of 9-6. So this will be one to watch. Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on ESPN2. Kamika Dade is in a deep hole, and she's going to have to find a way out. More than anything, she's going to have to want to find a way out. I'm not sure that she hasn't resigned herself to going down in flames, but I'm not sure about that, because as we've said, she has lost the first set so many times and been able to come back. She has a very unorthodox game that can finally take its toll on just about anybody, but that's true of Seles as well.
But Date is clearly distracted. I mean, she went back to return serve just now, and obviously was told it was her serve, and she held up the new balls.
Distracted, her heart's not in it. What else can we say? I mean, that's how it looks to me.
I mean, it's also possible she's struggling with a bit of injury. She's had sort of chronic shoulder problems throughout her career. It's affected her serve. I remember last year at Lipton when she was playing with the acupuncture needles in her shoulder.
8 straight points for Monica Seles. A glum bench.
Near miss awards Date a rare point. Well, the second serve of Date is the weakest part of her game, and unfortunately it's Seles' strength, and that's the way she deals with Date's second serve.
It's only the second time that the U.S. and Japan have met in Fed Cup competition. 1987, the U.S. beat Japan 3-0. And it is 2 games to love and 1 set to none. Kamika Dade still has not won a game.
Date has had chances to get on the scoreboard and has just not been able to do it. She's had break points on the Seles serve.
This is Monica Seles' Fed Cup debut. She became a citizen in March of 2 years ago. Lindsay Davenport in the middle there of the U.S. bench. She won her singles match yesterday. Took out Kamika Date easily 6-2, 6-1. Seles will play the Olympics for the U.S. A lot of traveling, isn't it? London to Nagoya, then to Atlanta.
A very, very demanding and tough schedule. Well, the crowd has something to cheer about. A small chance for Date here. Love 30 on Seles' serve.
Break points now. A first chance for Date.
Another error. Date has had 6 chances to break the Sella serve and so far has not been able to do it. She has got one more. This makes her 7th chance.
Kamiko Date has broken a duck, as they say in cricket. She's on the board. 2-1. Celis leads.
Last November, the US and Spain squared off in the Fed Cup final. It was a repeat of the '94 final with one key difference. It was played in Spain under the new Fed Cup format, with the number 2 and number 3 players in the world, Conchita Martinez and Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, playing at home. Spain proved too tough for the Americans, winning the Fed Cup for the 3rd consecutive year.
Spain is in the semi-final against France, 1 apiece after day 1. That match being played in France. Here in Japan, Monica Seles in match number 3 is way ahead. 1 set and 2-1 US lead. This tie by 2 matches to none. We're on serve in the second set now. Kamiko Date just got a break, serving at 1-2. Conchita Martinez took out Julia Halao de Cujis, and Mary Pierce took out Arantxa Sanchez Vicario 6-3, 6-4. That match, as I said, being played in France. Say that for me, Julia Halao de Cujis.
That's very good, Cliff.
Thank you.
Arnaud de Cujis coached Julie Allard for quite some time. He had a 4th double fault for Kamiko Date. Well played point from Date. Just hasn't been able to string a couple of those together. She can see she's stretched Seles enough to be forced to drop a hand and get a reply, and she took it out of the air. That was a good move.
Break points for Monica Seles. It has not been a good day for Date nor a good weekend. She apparently shares her name with a famous samurai family in Japan, and I love to watch her play. Her court sense is spectacular, but she just is not interested this weekend, or something's wrong. There's an outstanding court sense when she plays well. Semi-finalist, as we mentioned already at Wimbledon, losing effort to Steffi Graf. 6-4 in the 3rd set.
Well, she has so many qualities on the court. She's very strong mentally. She has very probing ground strokes. Normally very consistent. And a real good instinct about where to put the ball.
Yeah, good strategic sense.
Yeah, she really does.
Betsy, I know you're a good friend of Monica, so putting her aside, who do you like to play? Who do you like to watch play in women's tennis the most?
Well, I think there are quite a few exciting tennis players. I quite enjoyed Chanda Rubin. She's got a very
Great
complete
speed,
game,
yeah,
good speed, good
yeah.
athlete, and I'm just really unfortunate she's really struggling with
Injuries,
a wrist and is unable to compete the last couple of Fed Cup ties. Missed the French and Wimbledon, Chanda Rubin. She's 7 in the world.
She's going to try to play in the Fed Cup, right? Oh, but excuse me, in the Olympic Games, I think.
She sure is going to try.
Had a great Australian.
Well, she sure did in the semifinals against Sellis. She was up 5-2 in the third set, serving at 5-3. I think it was 30-15 on her serve.
Mr. Forehead Volley, I know you remember it. We were watching it together. A little tight in the elbow and that critical point. Anyway, game point here for the USA. And game to Monica Seles, so she maintains the lead. She won the first set 6-love and is ahead 4-1. Love first set 4-1, Monica Seles. And if she wins this match over Kamiko Date, the US will be in the Fed Cup finals again. The quest for Olympic gold continues. The 1996 Dream Team plays on the deuce. It's men's basketball, and they take on the Greek Olympic team. That's on Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. David Robinson in his third Olympics. Grant Hill, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, and more. That should be fun. I know you know that, so join us for that. Kamiko Date to serve. She's in a lot of trouble.
Not good numbers for Date, especially when you're up against a great returner like Seles. Only 46% for serves in, and just winning a third of the points on both first and second serves. Just missing on a couple of groundies from Seles. Sold out crowd here. Apparently the tickets sold out 2 days after they went on sale. 7,000 people.
It's painful for me to watch Kamiko Date. She looks like she's in pain. She has a game point here, but she doesn't think she can win this match. Nagatsuka, Savamatsu, and Ai Sugiyama were watching. A pretty glum mood also.
Well, from 40-15, squanders a couple of chances. Try to win 2 games in this second set. Back to deuce.
Yeah. Tell you what, she does not miss them. You put them in the hitting zone like that for her, and your history. Break points.
One of the best shot makers ever right there, Seles. Uncanny what she can do with the ball.
That is wide. Game to Seles. She's 1 game away from winning this match. disappointment of the 7,000 people who came out here to watch this, because their hero, really, Kumiko Date, who's by far the most famous and popular woman player in Japan. Lindsay Davenport in the middle watching this fine effort by Monica Seles. But they really haven't got their money's worth out of Date this weekend. She lost to Lindsay Davenport 6-2, 6-1. She's only won one game today. And the only game that she's won was on Monica Seles' serve. She hasn't held.
Japanese captain Toshiro Sakai doesn't look terribly confident either, does he?
You could blame him.
Yeah. Very frustrating performance for Date. And that's the kind of tennis, the type of shots she's so capable of playing. But her unforced errors have far outweighed these kinds of shots for her today.
She got to it, but that's the open court, and Seles steers it into the court. Billie Jean King is happy about that. Japan are in serious trouble. 2 points.
If you want full office suite power at
Got it. Seles might have thought that one was just going to miss. And it almost did.
Match point again. Twice I've had the feeling that Kumiko Date was ready to walk up and shake hands, but that one landed just long. So she has to go through this for a couple more points. Monica stopped playing. She would like an overrule. Ray McEwen apparently did not overrule. You can hear him saying that he saw it on the line. That'll bring up a break point for Date.
And so many times in Seles' career when she's looked at a little bit of trouble, she has pulled out her best.
there anybody tougher in women's tennis than she is?
I don't think so.
Even tougher than Steffi Graf, probably, isn't she? Mentally, I mean.
I do think so. I mean, obviously, the French in Wimbledon. Another break point for Date. The French in Wimbledon saw a little bit different Monica Seles, where she admitted to being nervous, a little tentative in moments when she usually would pull out her best when she was in trouble, would even think about it. But something happens to Seles when she steps on a tennis court. Internally, she is just one of the best competitors that's ever played this sport.
Another break point. The breaker serve goes to Japan. It's 5-2 now in the second set. Seles won the first 6 love. It's eternal, and these 7,000 Japanese fans are hoping for a miracle comeback from Kamiko Date. Remember that she was down, as you already mentioned, Betsy, 5-0 in the first set, when she eventually won that set and the match against Steffi Graf in the Fed Cup earlier this year in Tokyo. Can she do it again? 2-5. Kamiko Date has not held her serve tonight. The 2 games she's won were both breaks.
She has served very poorly tonight. Seles gets you on the run. She does not let you go.
Match points now again. 3 in a row this time for Seles.
There's a good serve from Date. Well, and just like Monica, when Kamiko is in trouble, she pulls out some of her best, playing an attacking point here, a very good wrong-footing volley to save a second match point in this game. She's already saved 2.
That is long. The match is over. Won by Monica Seles easily. As it turned out, 6-love, 6-2, albeit that some of the games were hotly contested in the win. Well, what do you think, Betsy? I mean, I feel sorry for Kamiko Date. Seles played well, but Date really wasn't there.
No, I mean, Date made it sort of easy for Seles out here today. And I know Seles was nervous playing her first ever Fed Cup tie for the U.S. Desperately wanted to be a part of the team, desperately wants to be a part of the Olympics, and a very ecstatic Billie Jean King captains another success.